But there's plenty of videos I want to watch on my I should react to. First thing I want to watch is why ReZero's weak protagonist is important. I love ReZero, so
It's not everybody.
let's see.
How important is it to make the right decision? Very. If you are fighting the witch cult, having someone that can do that at your helm is essential in winning any conflict. Because not
quiet?
everybody has a mercenary
No.
brigade like Krush. But Emilia has something better. An army of impressionable miners. This video is about Subaru not as a character, but as an asset. Because he is a game changer in the future conflicts that Emilia Camp will fight against. Especially with the new Season 3 teaser that highlights both the royal selection and the new witch cult bishops that they will face. If you look at the current roster of isekai protagonists,
They all look the fucking same. And why is there a girl in this one? You can't see me pointing out my screen, but there's a girl. All the other ones are, replicas of Kirito, except for Ainz, because Ainz just badass. And I forgot her name. And Rimuru. They're the only one I like. And okay. There's a few I like. Anyways, they're all fucking replicas of the same person.
Subaru is an anomaly. The vast majority of fantasy and isekai protagonists are what we consider action heroes. People who do the fighting. Specifically,
I don't know, because Kazuko, what's his name? Kazuko? I forgot his name actually. But the main character from Konosuba, he was not no action hero. Don't even lie. What the fuck? What?
roster
She was overpowered. I don't know her actually. Overpowered. OP. I don't know these four. OP. Not really OP, but strong. I don't know him. The main character from No Game No Life, he wasn't really overpowered. He's just smart. Yeah.
of isekai protagonists. Subaru is an anomaly. The vast majority of fantasy and isekai protagonists are what we consider action heroes. People who do the fighting. Specifically, sword-wielding soft boys. This is mostly due to how Japan views fantasy settings, which is predominantly viewed using the lens of JRPGs like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, from the same starting towns to the weirdly nationally sized adventure.
Oh wait, were they actually
systems.
the same exact thing for
pretty
different
obvious
anime? That'd be funny if they were. I always wonder that when I be seeing all those same fucking maps when they zoom out and show the world. And it'd be the exact same thing looking like Attack on Titan, Inner Wall or some shit. It'd be funny.
Where the inspiration comes from. I mean, is it really immersion breaking not having a pop-up menu for your fantasy anime? But this detail does say a lot on how these fantasy animes are constructed. The creative environment
In every single OP anime thing, they always literally in the first 10 minutes, they'll be reborn, go to another world, whatever, open a door in their closet, open the menu, somehow know exactly how to check their status, their level, and then they'll kill a monster that boosts their level to the max of everything or some bullshit like that instantly. It's always the same.
And ideas, which isn't a bad thing, but it does make for some awkward situations. Isekai being so predominant actually brought some level of spice by trying to slightly change the idea of what a protagonist can be. It's still very
I feel like Ainz, there's certain isekai that were overpowered that wasn't even that bad, honestly. Like, they did it correctly, overpowered correctly. 8 Minutes in the Shadow, Overlord, trying to think. The time I got reincarnated as a slime, that was a pretty good one. Like, all of those were decent. They did it right, in my opinion, at least.
They're still mostly action
No,
heroes, but
jobless
have
reincarnation.
villains, cooks, harem farmers, and lesbian princesses as protagonists. But when ReZero first came out, it was quite the innovation of not having an action hero as a protagonist. Heck, it was so jarring that it spawned an army of haters as it went against the idea of isekai wish fulfillment. So if Subaru isn't an action hero, what is he? Can we even figure that out? Well, to answer your question,
I feel like the answer would be he's just realistic. He's human. I mean, he's a drawing, right? He's a fucking drawing, right? But he's human. He was the most human protagonist you can think of, for real. Like, he wasn't the best at nothing. He struggled. He went through depression, grief, all that shit.
we have to look at TRPGs, specifically Dungeons and Dragons. When you play a TRPG, in the first few levels, a lot of the problems you and your friends will face are very simple. Kill this, destroy that. Eventually, due to how powerful the players become, there's a need by the DM to introduce power creep to keep the story interesting. The Band of Thieves becomes an international criminal organization, corrupt royal guards eventually become a kingdom-wide conspiracy, or the crazy cultist arc ends with the party fighting the very gods those cultists worship. Something that can't be solved with one kill quest and tries to utilize all the
my
good
god, bro, this is how I feel. You know what? Actually, I'm not even gonna finish that sentence, but you can just imagine what I was about to say. This is how I be feeling when I be Sure, I already know.
Hardly. JRPGs and by extension isekai and fantasy anime tries to solve this problem usually by extensive violence. Subaru does not have this luxury. After all, he isn't Reinhardt. Even then, you can't kill people to destroy intangible things like corruption or extremist ideology like the witch cult, so he simply has to make the right decision every time. After dying in every horrible way, of course. But even with unlimited tries, he cannot do everything by himself. So that's why he needs a team that can.
So wait, you didn't get to answer, where is he at? Or not what is he, sorry. Why is he important for being weak?
Due to Subaru's success, he's little by little becoming heated as the person that always makes the right calls on the worst moments. As the audience, we know that Subaru has returned by death, and he's running trial and error in everything he does like a game of Dark Souls. However, from the other character's point of view, this guy is literally making every right decision, and for some reason, always says the right words to the right person, which is impressive and inspires a lot of confidence. Subaru is a hero that creates the right conditions for victory.
You know, I didn't even think about that. Like, the entire time that I was watching ReZero, I was only thinking about the fact that my dude was literally not, dying and coming back to life. He was just moving, what was it, like timelines or something, or universe or alternate universes, and all the other timelines were still alive and still ongoing. Like, that hit me hard. And in my mind, I wasn't even thinking about the new people. Fuck all that. I'm just the fact that he realized that he was actually like upsetting people.
But he can't personally solve every problem that they have. That's why he needs a party that can do so. The guy is recruiting extremely capable people that somehow solves the main problem that they are having at the current time. Otto, Garfield, and Beatrice, for example. I mean, Puck and Roswell can be counted as that as well, but due to many obvious reasons, they are very unreliable. And when you see what they're up against, a political crisis of succession about the future monarch of the kingdom and fighting a religious insurgency, it's not exactly something.
This is a weird statement. I don't think nobody said that really. But what was his name? Like Battle Juice or some shit like that? Battle Goose? Whatever. He was the best Bishop person. Honestly, I fucking love him as a character. Everybody else that was like imitating him when he was he killed or something, I think? They were imitating him and trying to be like him. They were not the same. It don't hit the same.
You could say can be solved by winning via extreme violence. If that was the case, Reinhardt and Feldkamp should be the clear winner hands down. The future conflicts will bring problems that most people cannot perceive or comprehend, but having someone who simply is so smart or so lucky to make the right decision every time makes to be a step to the right direction. And that is the thing, right? The problem with handling terrorist organizations like the Witch Cult or political crises like the Royal Selection is that it's a high-stakes combat in all fronts. From actual combat in the form of witch cult incursions and diplomatic combat with the dealings with the Royal Selection, it is a sustained conflict with a lot of unknowns and an environment where one mistake may explode into an avalanche of bad effects. For example, during Season 1, the failure of negotiations with Cruz during the Whale Crisis, saying the wrong words cost them an army and the opportunity to beat both the Whale and Beetlejuice.
This is probably one of my favorite scenes. This one and the one when he was telling Amelia how he saved her and she should thank him. One of my favorite scenes, I should say.
Witch cult contingent, leading to the deaths of most of the Amelia camp. One decision cost all of that. That's not even counting the other right decisions he needed to make after, like maintaining good relations with Wilhelm, Julius, Cruz, Annalisa, and all that stuff. More than just how great the journey is for Subaru, from being an extremely flawed person towards someone that is so good that there are a lot of videos about his character in YouTube. Subaru had to also develop as a workable asset in the constant conflicts the Amelia camp has to face, from the witch cultist attacks to the other rivals of the Royal Selection. Subaru is the best protagonist this anime can find in fighting the witch cult. After all, how do you beat a terrorist organization in real life? But the real answer is coin dynamics.
Why ReZero's weak protagonist is important? I'm guessing he just needed. They need someone to be able to. I didn't really understand what he was talking about, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like I wasn't paying attention or something. Like I definitely was. Don't get me wrong, but like it just like one in one ear out the other, to be honest with you. But like honestly, if I had to answer that question, why is he important? It's just because Subaru is Subaru. Simple as that. Like he went through enough and had enough resolve to do what was right, basically, in my opinion. I would have fucking left. I would have gave up. That one time when he tried to leave with Rim, I would have gave up. Ain't no way. But I don't make this video too long though. But thanks for watching.